Attachment styles play a role in the way we approach and experience sex. While secure attachment is associated with a fulfilling sex life, insecure attachment styles, which encompass anxious, avoidant, and disorganized, have been linked to less satisfaction and more casual sex and intimate relationships. I will go over the different attachment styles' typical approach to sex and its correlation to intimacy. Secure attachment style. Research has shown that secure attachment style people are most satisfied with their sex lives and the best at good sexual communication. They fulfill one of the strongest predictors of sexual satisfaction, the ability to talk honestly about sex and sexual relationships. The secure state of mind allows for an ease in sexual intimacy. They can respond to a partner's sexual preferences without compromising on their own needs and desires. They allow for exploration and play that fosters longevity in a relationship. Their secure sense of self allows them to express their emotions with others and during lovemaking and facilitate emotional bonding. In comparison, people with avoidant and anxious attachment styles are typically not great at consistent emotional bonding, often treating relationships like a task to complete. This does not really lend itself well to establishing healthy communication. Avoidant attachment style. Avoidantly attached people can appear as if they would rather do without long-term relationships. They can easily separate their romantic relationships from sex. They also may be better at consensual non-monogamy because it demands less of their energy and time. They avoid intimacy and therefore tend to pull away from people who want to be intimate with them. Because the avoidant type finds intimacy uncomfortable, they may compartmentalize sex as something that is purely physical and attempt to avoid bringing emotional intimacy into their sex life. Researchers also note that both avoidant and anxious types may use casual sex or infidelity to create emotional distance. The person with an anxious style will want to recreate the emotional bond that they just distanced themselves from by cheating, while the avoidant person will not feel the need to do so. Anxious attachment styles may seek security from partners through sex, sometimes to extremes. Anxious attachment style. Anxiously attached people have trouble setting and keeping boundaries. So when it comes to sex, anxiously attached people may be more prone to engage sexually to seek validation and love, and not necessarily because they want sex in the moment. Their fear of rejection can motivate them to use sex to meet their needs for contact. In this way, sex can serve a manipulative function, to gain reassurance and negate the possibility for rejection or abandonment. Because they ignore their own boundaries and focus on the needs of the other to secure care, sex is more oriented towards the needs and desires of the partner. Avoiding their needs and preferences can result in lower sexual desire, as sex is less about pleasure and intimacy and more about coercing proximity and attention. To learn about how other less common attachment styles typically approach sex, please look to my video titled Disorganized, Dismissive Avoidant, and Fearful Avoidant Attachment Style.